Hello and welcome to another edition of Not the Gaming News. For those of you who aren't familiar, this is not the gaming news. If you're looking for gaming news, please go elsewhere. This is definitely not gaming news. Now that's out of the way, let's do some jokes. And first up, let's talk about Far Cry. This year's Far Cry entry, which is titled New Dawn, is adding home-based improvements and resource management as new gameplay features, which I think is what this high-octane first-person shooter game always needed. Domestic chores.
Creative director for the project, Jean-Sébastien Decant, calls the new gameplay mechanics, quote, light RPG approach. If all goes well with New Dawn, next year's Far Cry will include a fully fleshed out RPG system with gameplay features such as washing the dishes, hoovering the carpets, and taking out the recycling bins.
That sure is one way to convince your girlfriend into some role play. Honey, can you go out and get some groceries while I stay at home and cook the dinner? You dirty bitch.
You dirty bitch. That's your dirty talk. You're at home just like, hey baby, get your knickers off.
If chores are now considered RPG mechanics, then that goes a long way to explaining why so many women love playing The Sims. Because they love to do chores so much. They do it even when they're relaxing. They love the chores.
I'm struggling to hold it together on that one. Gonna get a lot of trouble for that. Well, no girls watch our fucking videos anyway. Yeah. Sony has been recruiting for a new San Diego-based studio for some time now. Most recently, the currently unnamed studio's senior game designer announced a new addition on Twitter. Hopefully Microsoft are paying close attention so that they can learn to recruit people to make some actually good games.
James Martinchak will be the studio's lead animator, previously having worked on the excellent Red Dead Redemption 2. So we can be sure to expect some next-gen gameplay innovations, such as dodgy controls, a broken cover system, and taking forever to get to a bloody mission.
Martinchak, who in the past worked on Uncharted 4 and then worked at Rockstar on Red Dead Redemption 2, is now back working at Sony on what could be a new Uncharted game. Seems like he learned a thing or two from Nathan Drake about how to chase the gold.
The studio have been acquiring plenty of talent from all across the industry, and based on his experience, it looks like Martin checks all the boxes. Because his name's Martin Check, if you missed that bit. That's a funny pun. Next up, we received news.
Try
that again.
It's not even funny.
Now there's the script.
Nice.
Self-burned. This week we also received news that Farming Simulator is getting its own esports league, which will include 10 tournaments and it will take place across all of Europe, which gives us Brits new insights into the appeal of Brexit.
Competitors will go head-to-head for the chance to win up to $280,000 in prize money put up by the developer. Which is interesting, now virtual farmers have the chance to earn more money than actual farmers.
The farming industry is said to be in such bad shape these days that many real farmers are considering the move into virtual agriculture, just as soon as they figure out what part of a digital sheep that you put your penis in.
I'm really imagining that they're like super confused. They're just like, how do I do it?
Trying to figure it out.
Why won't it work? At the end of the season, competitors will gather to crown the champion at the farming simulator convention named FarmCon. They will also participate in farming traditions, such as playing with their hoes, comparing the sizes of their tractors, and ploughing each other's assholes.
And moving on, last week saw the launch of Ace Combat 7, developed and published by Bandai Namco. According to Eurogamer, it's phenomenal in VR. Of course it is. That's why VR was invented. To shut yourself off from the real world, immerse yourself in a fictional environment, and jerk off while performing a loop-de-loop.
Industry analysts all agree that porn is the real way to make VR take off.
Of course, Tom Cruise's favourite manoeuvre in Top Gun was a move called buzzing the tower, and that's when you fly really fast as close as you can to the control tower while holding a vibrator on the shaft of your penis.
Just be careful not to eject all over your controller.
Talk to me, Goose.
God damn it, Maverick!
Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella was in the news this week discussing the upcoming streaming service xCloud, saying that the service intends to be the Netflix for games. This news alarmed EA executives because now they won't be the only ones ruining games by forcing an SJW agenda. Is that too close to the bone?
Nah, well, we all remember the attractive, skinny female soldiers in World War II with their robot arms.
Yeah, and the
great
Netflix version of The Witcher, which is going to be fucking great, right?
Gamers are really looking forward to enjoying Netflix-like experiences while playing their favourite games, such as binging the Final Fantasy series and realising it's 4 AM in the year 3284. How many fucking Final Fantasy games are there now? I mean,
I don't get how it's ever the Final Fantasy. Shouldn't there only be one game?
Well, I think because it was supposed to be like the last hurrah for the studio when they started, but they did really well. So we're like, all right, here you go. Here's now our fucking franchise, and we'll do 15 versions of it with their all like spin-offs and shit.
It's like the never-ending story. That fucking ended. And lastly, we've received news this week that former CD Projekt Red employee Sebastian Stepien has left his role as creative director to join Blizzard, leaving Cyberpunk 2077 to likely go work on a mobile game, which is the equivalent of dumping Scarlett Johansson in favour of getting pegged up the shitter by Theresa May. Right now, everyone in Britain knows how that feels.
Forgot about the pegged up the shit a bit. Allegedly, Stepien's first move is to create a new boss for the upcoming Diablo Immortal mobile game. It is not known how much it'll cost to acquire the rights to the Prime Minister's dominatrix alter ego, Theresa Mayhem.
Negotiations are said to be underway, but we all know how great Prime Minister May is at brokering deals. She might even end up owing them money.
2 whole loads of Brexit jokes.
Brexit jokes.
Love it.
It's the hot topic, isn't it?
Like, it's been such a kerfuffle, no matter what side of it you're on, it's just bullshit.
What a kerfuffle, says Henry.
You heard it here first, hot scoop.
I don't think I've ever used that word
Kerfuffle?
in genuine conversation.
I like kerfuffle and hullabaloo. Hullabaloo's a good one. It's such a hullabaloo.
You're such a southerner. This whole program's been a hullabaloo. So that's it for this week's Not the Gaming News. If you enjoyed the program, please hit...
That's a very offensive joke to me.
Please hit the
rock bar.
It wasn't offensive until we did the voices.
Yeah.
That is just about it, but in case you didn't get your fill of Not the Gaming News, why not hit the subscribe button and support the channel maybe over at patreon.com/prettygoodgaming and see what awesome rewards you can get in return for helping us bring you this content.
I am dangerous.
You can be my wingman anytime.
It's such a erotically charged film.
Homoerotic film it is. Feel the need for speed. What's the other one? Goodness gracious, great bars of fire.
Fucking playing volleyball on the beach or something. They're all sweaty and
playing with the boys.
Now that really is the danger zone, isn't it?
But that wasn't even in the script.
Oh,